Okay. Here we are, on the island, and we have, of course, been here previously when we initially did this quest. However, this time around, things, I'm assuming, might be a little bit different. Could still be some monsters out here. There were some last time. Nothing terribly strong. But I did notice this quest had a slightly... Oh, there is also... Well... There is a fast travel location right here. So, you know, we didn't have to actually use that boat, but...
A light.
More you know.
Top floor of the tower.
Yeah. Figured as much. Okay. That's another good plant, actually. One of the ones that we previously only saw... Whoa, hold on. What's happening? You're up. Why are we in a cutscene? Rapunzel, let down your hair? Maybe? What was that all about, Kira? You got the notes, and now you're on your way?
So,
care to explain yourself?
What you were looking for?
Yes, thanks for asking. How are you feeling? Sleep well?
You see, that doesn't sit well.
You used me.
Oh, please. I merely seized an opportunity.
If I'd known you just wanted Alexander's notes, I'd never have helped you lift the curse from Fyke Isle.
All right. Perhaps I wasn't completely honest.
Was that
quite
the
toe
plan
line.
all along,
But I
even
knew
when
you'd manage.
we had not yet
You're so
cleared the
manly
curse?
and all. Geralty poo. Wipe that frown off your face, or I might think you don't like me anymore.
Well, you know, you are testing. You are testing that limit. Don't like two-faced serpents? That is harsh. I mean, I'm not happy without her having tricked us like that. Especially when, you know, I kind of saw it coming and was trying to do what we could to prevent her from doing that. But, let's not be too harsh here. I mean, yes, it is not a great move on her part, but not to say that we
Didn't
need to
come here to
completely
play
cut ties.
games. I want to know what you're up to.
Naturally, you
Just
suspect me of
cut
the
to the
worst.
chase here, Kira.
I don't deserve that. My intentions are pure, like a virgin's tears.
Yeah, no.
Alexander was studying the Catriona plague. I'll use his notes to produce medication, perhaps a cure, or at least a vaccine.
Strictly humanitarian motivations, is that it?
No, strictly selfish ones.
You know, testing on
Almighty
human
would pay
subjects
willingly
and
for
whatnot.
such a remedy. Can you imagine how much? Take Radovid, for instance. Why, he might even consider forgetting my past associations with the Lodge.
And if it's not interested in medication, that might be true. I don't really know. I mean, Radovid does seem like he gets grudges, and from what we've heard, the type of person who gets and keeps grudges pretty much forever. So Radovid never forgets does seem like that's probably pretty true. I have no idea if he has no interest in medication. I think that's more
Radovid
accurate.
doesn't forget, and Radovid doesn't forgive, especially when it comes to sorceresses.
He'll make an exception for me. He'll have to.
That's dangerous.
I have something he wants.
Please, you don't believe that.
I'll take
Well.
advantage of you.
You believe Yennefer will stop treating you like a dog someday. Don't see me laughing. I'm going to see Radovid. Tell him of this research, whether you like it or not.
That does sound like that is a horrendous idea. And the best way to inform you of that is perhaps, I don't know.
Kira, I won't let you do this. We can't allow this research to fall into the wrong hands, and Radovids are as wrong as they come.
I'll not
I don't
give you these
necessarily
notes.
know
I'll
if
not
that's
give
the
you anything.
case.
Please, don't make me.
Radovid may be
Shut up
petty.
and draw your sword.
Kira? Excuse me? What? Yeah, I know I was just saying earlier that we didn't really want to, you know, like, totally cut ties with Kira, but apparently it has come to this. Really hoping we don't actually have to kill you right now. But it kind of seems like maybe I'm deliberately trying to, you know, like, not deal a ton of damage to you, but it seems like we kind of may not have any other choices. Kira, really? You don't have to be like this. You're just honest with us from the get-go, and maybe this would have worked out. I like just deal the tiniest little damage. Oh, she's definitely dead. Possibly. Kira. I didn't really want that to happen.
Didn't have to end this way.
Yeah? Really didn't, Kira. Really didn't. That's, I suppose, yeah, one way to describe friends with benefits. Necromancy, the forbidden magic. Yeah, if you were about to do some necromancy, then, you know, that is not so great, Kira. Not so great. Yeah, that was not really the turn that I was expecting. Not really the turn I was expecting. You know, reasonable discussion, and perhaps we could have come to a more amicable solution. But, you know, when you play the game of secrets, and then insist in your ways, and, well, sometimes this happens. Did not have to be that way, Kira. So, I suppose we can read her character description now. Let's see it. Where are you, Kira? Kira Metz. Geralt first met Kira when she literally dropped on top of him out of nowhere. Okay. Odd. During the infamous coup on Thaned Island, Kira was defenestrated, thrown out a window, is what that means, in case you're not familiar with that word, and nearly landed right on the Witcher's head. Wow. Okay. That's quite the introduction. The next time Geralt saw her, in the swamps of Velen, oh, he had not seen her since then? She was shocking in a different way. Luxury-loving sorceress was the last person he expected to see in such a grim and barren place. Geralt later learned the reason for this, and Kira's fate gave him ample fodder for contemplating the cruel whimsies of the Wheel of Fortune. Once the esteemed advisor to the now late King Foltest, she had been chased out of Temeria when she lost that ruler's trust. Later, she joined the Lodge of Sorceresses, which earned her the hatred of Redania's king and Nilfgaard's emperor alike. Because of this, she'd gone deep undercover, posing as a cunning woman, a village witch of sorts, deep in the Velen boondocks. It was not at all difficult to tell that she despised every minute of this. She would then ask Geralt for another favor, lifting the curse from the tower on Fyke Isle. Curses and favors being what Geralt does best, he obliged. Totally understandable. She wanted us to remove a curse from an island, and we did that. Nothing out of the ordinary there. However, Kira had never stopped longing for the luster of life at a royal court. Thatch-roofed huts could hardly compare to elegant ballrooms and palace gardens. One day, she decided to organize an interlude from Velen's grim atmosphere by treating herself to a sumptuous meal. Acquiring the refined ingredients proved less trouble than finding an appropriate dinner partner. That is, until Geralt showed up. Witcher gladly accepted the sorceress's invitation for dinner. Gladly is maybe a little bit strong. Reluctantly, maybe a little more accurate. But showing unusual restraint, turned down her other, decidedly unambiguous presumptions. I don't know if things would have gone differently had we been a little more complicit with the other things she was looking to do. Sadly, an evening that started out so nicely ended quite unfortunately for the Witcher. Oh, I suppose that night, yes, when we, got cursed, I don't know, into a deep sleep. Kira put him to sleep with a secretly cast spell. Clearly, she wanted to hide something from him. Again, if you just told us the truth, didn't have to come to this. Turned out that Kira had played the Witcher like a well-tuned harp. Or at least tried to. And karma, Kira. Strumming all the right chords to keep him occupied while she stole the mage Alexander's notes from Fyke Isle. She was planning to use the notes as a bargaining chip while making a deal with Radovid. His plague research could be her ticket back to life without lice, ticks, and omnipresent filth. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, she just wanted to go back to living the luxury life, and in doing so, wanted to steal very secret and potentially dangerous notes, give them to someone who potentially was not trustworthy and very powerful, capable of doing wrong with them, and tricked a powerful witcher in order to do that, and thought that that was going to be just fine. Kira was determined to get her way, but Geralt could not allow her to carry out her plans. Both refused to budge, leading to a fight in which Kira Metz lost her life. Wow. I mean, I didn't expect it to go that way. I really thought that it was just gonna be, a heated discussion, yes, but didn't really think that it was going to turn violent. There was no sign that that was ever going to be the case, given how, or at least previously, given how it seemed as though Kira and Geralt were friends. And just a disagreement, and yes, a bit of a bitter disagreement at that, but still, that seemed like it came, I don't want to say out of nowhere, because I see where she was coming from, yes. But at the same time, yeah, calmer heads would have prevailed, for sure. If I had the option, I would have gone a more diplomatic route. I suppose we could have said, the diplomatic route would have been to say, alright, do whatever you want. I won't stop you. I believe that was one of the options. But I was trying to make it so we were like, Kira, what you're saying right now is pretty stupid. You're gonna get killed. Don't do this. And, well, in doing so, Kira was like, but, I want to live life in luxury, so, forget you. Die. And, well, the battle ensued, and Kira... Sorry? Need to work on the sweet talking. I think you're right. I think that's the... anything. That's what we want to learn here. No, many things. Yes, but that being one of them, perhaps. Okay, so... Well... Actually, I'm curious. Does that count as a failed mission? I don't think so. It counts as a completed mission. I mean, we quote-unquote succeeded in preventing Kira from sending those notes to Radovid. As for whether that was the right decision or the wrong decision, I think someone was saying it a long time ago. That, the world in which we find ourselves, playing The Witcher, there's a lot of gray, and there's not usually a black and white, right and wrong answer. Now, I suspect that most people will think that, killing Kira is probably very bad, and, I don't really disagree with you. If 2020 hindsight, if I knew that was going to lead to a fight and would have led to us killing Kira, then I wouldn't have done it. That's why I tried to, hurt her and then just say, okay, right, we've proved our point, right? We're stronger than you, Kira. Give up now, surrender, don't actually want to kill you, and no, not the case. So, yeah. I suppose sometimes, though, that stuff is just gonna happen. Do our best to... do our best. So, other than that music come back in out of nowhere, okay. There was that stuff in Rearden Manor that I think I want to check out. Will be forever in our hearts. So, supposedly, we were here, we were definitely here before, but supposedly, there was something else that we missed. Something on the outskirts here, I believe, that is actually very good. And so I'm guessing it might be on the outside of the wall. Don't know for certain. But, we were a little bit... Or is it even here in the little shack? I'm not sure if we tried this location. If we can even get through here. Hold on, let me see if we can art our way through. If not, that thing down. This looks like it may truly just be an outhouse. And I think I saw on the map that there was more what looked like farmland to the east. And yeah, that looks like where we're headed here. So there are question marks here. Eventually, we probably do want to explore those, but I thought there was something more directly in the Reardon Manor area that was of note. So I want to make sure that we do that. I don't know precisely where it might be. Just that theoretically, there may be something here. And what I was saying before, if I didn't finish this thought, was that we were a little distracted last time because we had a powerful enemy that was like throwing trees at us, something like that, from afar last time round. And yeah, that was a little distracting. Made it a little hard to wander around and make sure we were getting everything. And that's just the wall. Let's check in the outskirts first. See if there's anything that's actually outside of the walls, and then we'll do a check inside as well. Good. Once we get closer, make sure we're using our Witcher senses to be a little more certain as whether we are finding everything or not. But I'm assuming that when we do get to the right location, it should become a little more apparent to us. And I'm guessing that it is just like one chest, something of the sort. We're right here when we first entered this location. I've not seen any obvious things. Let's check inside of the walls. My impression was that it is sort of in a hidden area, a little bit, and that it is not, I don't think, directly in any of the buildings, but more so behind them somewhere. In here? Pull the door open here. Doesn't look like it. And admittedly, this was a while ago that we went here, and a while ago that you guys were saying that I missed something here. So I do not remember all the details. Just that there is theoretically something of note. I think we found it. Pretty sure we found it. Let's perhaps drop a save here. Now, I suppose if we were feeling really scummy, we could deliberately turn back the clock and make it so that we don't kill Kira. But I feel like that's pretty dishonest. That is quite scummy.
No one's been here in a long time.
Let's do a quick check here. Witcher senses. This music. It's ominous. Guess something is wrong. There's a red indicator there, which usually means a quest item of some variety, in addition to these yellow ones, which mean loot. That's good stuff. That's simple stuff. There's a lot down here. I'm gonna save the red one for last, I think. Pointer. I don't know if we've gotten anything that's had that name before. That might be decent. Delete it. Not bad for crafting purposes. Still something else down there that does not want to reveal itself to us. Can we move things out of the way so that we can access the thing that theoretically has loot in it? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, I saw it for a second there. It's there. There we go. Okay. That appears to be the quest item. It looks like a broken wall that we can perhaps break through. Empty bottles, not really worth anything. Neither is that one. Mostly just pressing the accept button as soon as we click on the loot, though, so Oh, well. There's one other lootable area in here, but maybe now looking at going through whatever the heck this thing is, like a makeshift wall of some variety. As for what's on the other side of it, only one way to find out. Hello? Anybody in there? My controller's vibrating.
Skeleton in the closet. Happens in the best families.
Oh dear. Lovely.
A man. In his 30s, 40s maybe.
Okay.
Couple
Nope.
of pages missing. Torn out. The page is missing from the journal.
Oh. Okay. Definitely take it.
Thus I die, in darkness of hunger and thirst. Gods have mercy.
Let's read that. Loose scraps of paper. Oh, and we did also get a notebook of some variety from Kira. We should definitely read that as well. I think that's the other starred item we see here. And so the time has come for me to die, of starvation, in the dark, alone, in my own manor, while my servants bring in fresh harvest just beyond these walls. Trapped down here, I assume, behind that wall? For some reason? My cries are in vain, yeah? No sound escapes from this stony grave, from the tomb that fiend Roderick sealed me in. That is not the worst wrong he has done me. He stole my Dolores. Yes, okay. So remember, Dolores was the person who originally sent us here. I think it was mostly just to clear out the wraiths. But then we saw some notes here and hinted at how Dolores was having some kind of affair with this Roderick guy. But this looks like, well, the confirmation that Roderick trapped Dolores' husband, I think husband, down here in this secret tunnel and basically starved him to death. He stole my Dolores, and so I curse him. 1,000 curses I call upon Roderick of Gore's Velen. Not for taking my life, but for taking from me the one who gave my life meaning. If anyone ever finds my remains and this letter, please seek out my sister. Oh, his sister. Not his wife, okay. Dolores Reardon, and tell her the truth. That I was killed by the man who seduced her. The man she left for me. Scoundrel Roderick of Gore's Velen. Yeah, I think, although brother-sister, I think they might have had something going on. He struck me from behind, dragged me here, then walled me in while I lay unconscious. He did not even have the courage to slit my throat. Yet despite it all, I hope he brings her happiness. If so, I will rest in peace. But if he fails her, my ghost will haunt him to the end of his miserable life, and he will die as I have, alone and forgotten. I mean, when we saw Dolores, she was not doing so great. That would suggest that this Roderick guy maybe did not live up to expectations. That's that. Let's also read about this necromancy forbidden magic, which we found off of Kira. I don't know if this was necessarily something she got in the tower, if this was the thing that she was looking to pass off to Radovid, in which case, yeah, you know, giving him knowledge about necromancy sounds like that's something we would not have wanted to allow her to do. As for whether it was just something she happened to have on her at the time, that also, I suppose, is still a pretty humongous red flag. You know, carrying around necromancy magic tomes that are forbidden, probably, you know, generally something that you don't want to be doing terribly often. Kind of looks bad. It is commonly said that magic is neither good nor evil, that it transcends the moral criteria of men, that it depends on the mage whether it will be used for worthy goals or for shameful and immoral deeds. There is, however, one key exception to this principle. Necromancy. Exactly. Proponents of this branch of magic once supposed that one can also do good by reviving corpses. Dead man can, after all, hide secrets which may save the living. It is better to send an army of reanimated corpses into battle than to squander the life of those in whose veins hot blood still flows. Moreover, a revived soldier may be reused many times until such members are chopped off so as to make his flesh unusable. Though it is hard to refute the logic of these arguments, the practice of necromancy is still forbidden. This is not at all based on the rabble's superstitions about the living dead, nor the resistance of the powerful, afraid those they have murdered could be forced to confess against them, nor the moral scruples of the older members of the Conclave who were, in fact, laughed down as reactionaries when it was discussed. The fate of necromancy was sealed by the observation of Hen Gedinde, which was later confirmed by manifold experiences, proving the revived dead are always unpredictable, and reviving them always involves entirely negative side effects. In other words, no matter how noble a mage's motives might be, necromancy will always lead to evil. It seems that in this way, the gods let us know that we should not transgress the laws they have given us, and even the Conclave must respect the will of the gods. There you have it. If, in fact, that was Kira's intention, I mean, granted, we didn't really know that in advance, but that would suggest that, she was not really up to anything good there. It does appear as though that is the last of everything in this area. And yeah, certainly good to know. All that stuff sounds like we have someone to pay a visit. Dolores, you got some splaining to do. I think, yeah, back over here to the fast travel location, it should be able to take us more or less directly back to her, or at least to, what was it, Lindenvale is where she is, I think? Oh, that is not the fast travel location, that is. Okay, so you are up here, I'm fairly certain. There we go. Not the notice board that we beam up to.
Another one, be gone.
He's like, what? How did you teleport here? Oh, there's a quest here with the Alderman, though, despite him being all mad at us.
Ye deaf? Be gone, you blasted mutant.
Excuse me?
Where's all this hate for witchers coming from?
Yeah, we helped one of your residents.
I'll tell you where. One of yous came here, ate his fill for 2 days while he thunked things over. Then he says he'd do us a favor and kill our monster. What's your price? I asked. But he said he wanted no coin, for he saw we'd none to offer.
Who was this? I mean, noble, perhaps, but it sounds like this didn't exactly work out in your favor. Now, if we're setting ourselves up to fight another Witcher, then I don't really think we're in a good position to be doing that right now. I don't think we're ready for that at this stage, but I am curious.
So what did he want instead of coin?
Said for pay he'd take something I had but did not yet know about. Then he left, and here the door swung shut behind him. Me lass started wailing. What's these tears? I asked. Oh, I can't bear it, she says. I'll kill the whoreson.
Go on.
Full girl wept that some beast was gonna kill the Witcher dead. Ye howling for a mutant, I said. Then she told me, bugger had bewitched her with his evil eye, seduced her, and that were to be his prize, a Witcher's bastard.
Alright, Witcher, so he seduced a woman, was basically the reward he was looking for. Witchers are sterile. That is true. I mean, maybe we should inform him of this fact.
If he's really a witcher, you don't have a thing to worry about. We can't sire children.
Thank the gods any more of yous and we'd be lost. But this one, he beguiled me daughter, rutted her neath me own roof. That I can't forgive.
Tell me where he is. Take care of this for you.
Cemetery. Went there to slay the monster. Hope the corpse eater guts that fornicated freak.
I mean, we did fight a monster
One of the barons,
for you
are you?
in the cemetery. But first, I honestly thought you were going to be referring to us. However, that is apparently not the case. I do feel like this is very likely to be a very difficult fight here. Witcher wannabe. Ah, okay, so maybe he's, not actually a real Witcher, in which case, that does mean that he's probably not sterile, though, I mean, that's not so great, but it does also mean that we could potentially teach him a lesson. It is a level 10 quest, we are level 11, so that does mean this is a good match for us. I do want to make sure we talk to Dolores before I forget, though. As for where exactly she is, she was right in the middle of town somewhere earlier. Speaking of being right in the middle of town, mean, that guy is clearly watching us. That old man. Is he gonna care if we steal some stuff right now? You saw nothing, old man. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away, old man. That's it.